So about 2 years ago, Morgan Pelt and I decided that we need to do something for the rhinos. We need to do some sort of video project that can bring awareness to what's happening in South Africa and throughout Africa with this rhino crisis. So for Morgan and I, the inspiration came from our connection to Care for Wild. So Care for Wild is a sanctuary that rescues, rehabilitates, and then releases the orphan rhinos that come from Kruger National Park and other places in South Africa. These orphans are the result of poaching, and Care for Wild takes them in and looks after them and gets them back to health. As we went along, we decided, no, we've got to do something bigger, something better, something that can really impact this rhino crisis. And eventually we came up with the idea of doing a full feature-length documentary. So we decided to go the crowdfunding route to begin with. And once we succeeded with that, we started to shoot Disunity. When it came to Disunity, we really wanted to try and shoot something that was incredibly cinematic and really visceral, Get the audience to feel as though they were there and as though the camera was one of the characters in the film. So 2 years ago, when we started Disunity, the main challenge was getting a camera that could handle these incredibly harsh conditions and environments here in Africa. So we decided to shoot the entire film on the URSA Mini 4K, and we used that camera for an entire year, shooting everything at Care for Wild and a bunch of other content. And then we were lucky enough to get our hands on the URSA Mini 4.6K. And this changed a lot for us, because now we had access to greater dynamic range, 15 stops as opposed to 12. It gave us a better set of preamps within the camera, so the audio was getting better. And then a few months later, we were given access to the URSA Mini Pro, and I was completely blown away by what the camera could actually achieve. And also being able to handle these incredibly harsh conditions from the midday sun in Africa, which is beating down. It's hot, there's blown out highlights, the shadows are deep and dark. Nighttime in Boma with Thor, where the only light source that we had were 2 headlamps. The camera pushed through all these situations and captured our story just the way we wanted. For me, as a cinematographer, camera choice is quite important because my entire job revolves around the camera. But when it comes to story, the camera is almost irrelevant. It's focusing on story and using the camera just as a tool to tell your story. But from a cinematographer's point of view, for me, the camera was really important because I obviously wanted to deliver the best image that I could. I wanted to shoot it as cinematically as I could. So with the URSA Mini Pro, changed the way I was able to run and gun, which is the style I've been using for this documentary, to get the audience to feel as though they're right there with the action, with the characters, and inside this world that we've created. The internal NDs changed the game. It gave me quick and easy access to changing those settings so that I can rather focus on story. You can also have the viewfinder straight on your eye, change the internal NDs, get your ISO shutter speed and everything that you need to set, and capture and focus on that story. And that's what a documentary camera needs to be. It needs to be something that can help you tell your story. So essentially for me, the URSA Mini Pro is the perfect documentary camera.